Inside a charging electric scooter battery, millions of lithium ions are racing back and forth between two electrodes. If a single cracked cell or an unnoticed puncture interrupts this chemistry, it triggers thermal runaway, pushing internal temperatures past 600 degrees Celsius in under 60 seconds. This compact, high-density power is a recent engineering achievement. A century ago, the very first motorized urban scooters relied on vastly different mechanics. They were powered by heavy lead-acid cells that kept the vehicles slow, bulky, and largely impractical for daily commutes. By the early 2000s, smaller electric motors and lighter frames turned the concept into a highly popular children's toy. Urban transit expanded rapidly when companies scattered thousands of dockless fleets across cities, empowered by modern, energy-dense lithium-ion chemistry. The gap between a machine that runs reliably for years and one that fails destructively comes down entirely to a few invisible rider habits. The core power source for your scooter is a grid of chemical cells. These lithium-ion cylinders do not age like living things. They degrade through cumulative use. A charge cycle measures cumulative discharge. Combining two rides that each drain 50% equals one full cycle. Keeping your battery between 20 and 80% capacity protects internal cells, extending usable battery life by up to 50%. Other habits accelerate degradation. Leaving a scooter plugged in overnight stresses the cells, while storing it in extreme summer heat or winter cold actively damages the chemistry. Controlling how and when you charge is the single most effective way to prevent premature failure. That electrical power has to physically connect to the road. When a tire is underinflated, the rubber flattens under your weight, creating a wider, less efficient contact patch with the asphalt. This increased rolling resistance forces the motor to work harder, burning through battery cycles just to maintain normal speeds. Simultaneously, the constant vibration from city streets slowly rattles loose the critical mechanical fasteners on the stem and folding mechanisms. A rapid check of tire pressure, checking the brake response, and testing bolt tightness with a hex key takes about 30 seconds and prevents these issues before a ride. Treating the scooter as a vehicle prevents mechanical friction from destroying your electrical efficiency. Most scooters come with an IP rating for water resistance. Those ratings measure performance in controlled laboratories, offering little defense against real-world weather. Microscopic moisture from morning dew easily bypasses rubber seals, allowing a single water droplet to seep into internal hardware seams. Over weeks and months, that trapped moisture causes internal corrosion. The electrical resistance builds, triggering phantom error codes, flickering displays, and sudden power cuts. Avoiding direct sprays like pressure washers and allowing the deck to air dry completely before charging eliminates the risk. There is also a digital environment to maintain. Skipping app firmware updates leaves outdated battery algorithms and dangerous power delivery bugs active in the background. Defending against environmental decay and outdated code separates a reliable commuter tool from a useless block of plastic. This chart shows a sharp upward trend in lithium-ion fire incidents tied to micromobility devices over recent years, tracked by national fire safety organizations. Once a cell enters thermal runaway, standard water extinguishers often fail because the battery reignites using its own stored chemical energy. Millions of people ride safely every day. The vast majority of these catastrophic failures trace directly back to preventable user habits, third-party chargers, and physical neglect. A machine usually warns the rider before it fails. Sudden drops in range, wet weather screen flickers, or grinding noises are mechanical signals demanding attention. Routinely checking tire pressure and unplugging chargers on time is tedious, but that quiet discipline is your primary safety net. The next time you see the green charging light blink in the dark, you are actively controlling the safety and longevity of your machine.